Alrighty, hey yo, what is up, Knights? Aegis Rick here, back with some more DFO Blitz. This time on my monk. I was gonna say male monk, but then I remembered there is no female monk and there never will be. Anyway, I'll shut up about that because that's kind of spoiler territory with the stuff that we're gonna be getting with the female priest later on in the future, hopefully. But anyway, guys, enough about that. Let's talk about the male monk here. I'm gonna keep saying male monk here because I wish, guys. But guys, I want to show you something right here. Here we're in the Pandemonium outpost. This has been the region that we've usually been going to, my favorite region, and just usually by the way, craft a bunch of these teleportation potions. I usually go there though, the Pandemonium outpost, and that's this area right here. But actually, if you go down here, when you actually unlock this part in your scenario quest, you'll have access to Central Park, which here's like the interconnecting zone between Central Park, and then here we are. The music changes. There's some new NPCs here, some of which are going to be necessary. For instance, Red Witch right here, if you go into her shop, she sells you refined terranium at the cost of 10 regular terraniums, which are this region's unique drop that are untradeable, those terraniums. You can get a refined one. You need those for the Pandemonium Rift dungeon, which is the dungeon that we went on my Elven Knight. So the main purpose of that right now is to go into the Pandemonium Rift, which actually it costs a couple every entry, and it actually increases depending on how many runs you go into that. So just throwing that out there, that the most important NPC is that Rosa Witch over there, and everyone else is more or less trash tier, like PP here, get out of here, and Kate here, die. But anyway, guys, before we go in there, I want to talk a little bit about the monk's gear. I am now rocking a 6-piece Gracia set, and then the rest of my stuff I'm rocking, I guess, a 3-piece unlimited ability. This is unintentional, just happenstance that I'm wearing that, because honestly I could be wearing literally anything else or the accessories here. I probably want to get more of this guild set because this is great for AoE coverage. I'll show what this does in dungeon. This is actually one of the guild accessories, the armlet, which actually does some huge AoE, except the rest of the stuff is unintentionally worn. I'll just say that right now. And you're probably looking at this guy like, that's it, Rick? That's all you got? It's true. It's kind of sad, but my monk has just been ignored completely. And those of you guys who showed in the stream, you know why. But we do have a +11 we'll use rosary though. Yes, we are using a rosary type weapon. I know that's just magic, but the effects on this weapon are actually phenomenal. Look at it. It does 20% extra damage. Already that's more than Liberation, and I get 30% all elemental damage, and then finally you get a buff that can increase my damage or attack by 15% more and give me invincibility on command. I'll show that off in dungeon. Like, that's a pretty dang good weapon, even though it's not boasting a whole lot of physical attack. Just gotta point that out there, that I really like this weapon, and I like the Eleanor that it gives too, all that multi-hit. Now let me take a step into Syria's room, because like I was mentioning in my Striker video, this guy does have swap sets like most classes in this game. His is a 9-piece unlimited ability, so that's why I was wearing those 3 random pieces, because you want to kind of wear this in dungeon and wear the Shadow Clone, basically cast Shadow Clone and then put on your real gear, which in this case is the Gracia. I'm in Syria's room though because you do have one swap weapon which is very unique. It is only a level 75 rare totem. The level 75 rare totem has on it +2 on Shadow Clone, which is very easy to get. Probably one of the easier swap weapons aside from Halidums and stuff like that, and it gives +2 on the skill that you're looking at. So just thought I should mention that. Generally people know this, so if you try to find this in the auction hall, it costs quite a bit. But if you go into Syria's room and you purchase this pot, the 25 meteor pot, you have a chance of getting it every time you open it, and you should have a ton of mysterious meteors. In this case my guy has 111 because I bought a bunch of them, but you should have thousands of these if you are doing the mercenary system. So just throwing that out there, use your mysterious meteors for that pot and you will eventually get this, trust me. I've gotten multiple of them. I'm just kind of holding on to them at this point because I could probably sell them for a lot of money, but yeah, wanted to mention that. That's a swap set. That's what you normally wear. And, of course, the Halidum top you can get as well that has Shadow Clone. You could go out of your way to try to get, like, Sea God pants. But remember, you're wearing a 9-piece Chronicle set, so you only have room for 1 extra piece of gear. In this case, it's going to be the top because it's just way easier to get. So, I actually do have Sea God pants on this guy. But anyway, guys, let's go into dungeon. Enough gear talk. Let's go into the Chamber of Terror. Now, because this guy's not nearly as strong as my other characters, we're not going to go into Slayer, but, and I'm not wearing my swap set right now, but Here you can see my multi-hit is pretty crazy, guys. It's always been the case, and actually you saw right there, because my multi-hit and such with Shadow Clone is so crazy, I can actually proc the effect of my bracelet very often. You'll see these little icicles come up and kill all the enemies on the screen, or at least hit them, and doing that will actually, you know, give you a lot more AoE coverage than you normally have. You see it does quite a bit of damage. It's not killing these guys, but you know, if they were any weaker, it probably would be. So it's just a nice additional effect that you're getting off of one piece of gear. So just throwing that out there. I really dislike this dungeon, and it's not because of the dungeon itself. It's one enemy type that you know of if you've done this dungeon. One enemy type in here is so annoying. It's because he gets iframe just for no reason and takes forever to freaking do his animation, man. It's like, hurry the fuck up, dude. But Monk, guys, I've talked a lot about this guy. I've praised this guy a lot, and I really do like this character a lot. I like controlling him, and he's just a lot of fun to play. And sadly, I haven't gotten too much time to play him because, you know, my other characters, and, you know, you gotta prioritize. But, you know, back in the day, back at old Nexon DFO, this was basically my main character after I made my Azura and all these other characters. I was like, man, these are getting boring. Let me play a more fun class in the Monk. And this is how this character came about, and I got to try him out, and it was one of the most unique gameplays, at least at the time. You know, I think since then a lot of other characters have come out that have been a lot more fun, but as far as OG characters, this guy has always been there as one of the best. Best to control, best to learn, most fun to play, just easily go into some backstep combos here. Get back up, hit you with this, hit you with this, hit you with this. Ooh, nice teleport. You thought you had me. Oh, you did it again. Feels like a battle every time I play this guy, man. She just can't handle it, man. I don't have the twisters. I don't remember why I don't have them. I probably should pick them up, because the twisters, at least when you're doing higher end content, is just additional damage that is roaming damage. You know, it kind of stacks on top of the extra damage that you do. So I'm going to try to whittle my points around, or play with my points. I can try to get Twister of Judgment. Okay. Now, if you ever get Twister of Judgment, which I think most monks will, unless they choose that skill to be the one that they... Because, you know, Monk gets a lot of new skills, so, you know, you kind of have to pick your poison. Which one do you want to actually get rid of to level some other ones? So, if you're going to pick up that skill for any reason, though, you got to make sure you get the TP for it, too, because it spawns 2 twisters, basically effectively doubling your damage on it. So, just don't forget to get the TP on that. I haven't really talked about this class's weapon that I like so much. Now, the effect of the aura is not as high as it is on the totem, so the totem is still a better weapon in terms of, like, if you had a choice. Like, don't pick the rosary if you have like an epic totem to get, because most of the time it's going to be way better. But when the effects are as good as this, here's an annoying ass enemy. He is so... I hate that dude, man. Optional room this way, so I didn't go here the first time. But yeah, if you're going to pick up the Twister, make sure you get the TP for it too. And it does a lot of damage. Like there you go. It's just doing consistent damage as you're fighting as well. So it's nice to have them around. Ooh. Movement. That's the thing. These enemies suck. That's the thing with Monk, is you're gonna see a lot of better monks who their movement is like crisp, man. That's one thing that if you played Monk for a long time, you're gonna get really good at that moving around like this. And even, you know, if you press jump in between those ducks and sways, you can actually cancel the animation faster than normal. That has some practical use in PvP. Not so much in PvE, but... Or maybe you guys will tell me otherwise, but, you know, you can do some jump canceling. And here goes Monk. Yeah. So the weapon itself, right, the rosary, it's... I've had it for a really long time, and the cool thing about it is if you press the action key, I have perfect invulnerability right there. I was basically just invincible for a short amount of time. That actually is a party buff, so you can actually use it on command. Where before it used to kind of activate kind of randomly, they kind of buffed the 85 epics, and so now the totem is a little bit stronger, and that iframe activation thing is on command. So if you can tell that your party is about to get one shot, it's a really abusive actually. I know that it's not designed for Monk, that the weapon you know, you should be using it on maybe somebody else who can utilize it better, like like the Exorcist or something. But the fact that it's on Monk, you can proc it, and now you have a really abusive weapon to kind of iframe through cheap gimmick attacks and high-level content. So just throwing that out there. We're gonna go take the alternate full clear path here. Let me see just the types of this dungeon is pretty crazy, man. Pretty unique. I like it. Chamber of Terror, very appropriately named, to tell you that much. Here we get another optional room this way. And the Gracious set is a new addition for me. It took me forever to farm the Gracious set, which is kind of embarrassing because how can I say I like this class and then I take forever to get a legendary set on him? But was not hard at all for me to get the legendary set. It just took me time that I didn't put into him yet. Kill these annoying guys, kill them, no! And here they go, being super fucking annoying. Expect anything less from these fucking assholes. Okay. And just went the wrong way. We can use a twister and see if we can do a little bit more damage. Yeah, one thing about this guy, he's much like the striker in that he has a dry out type system, a skill cancel type system, but you gotta remember to use it. So I like using this combo, even though I just took points off of my Gatling. And Twister again. So Twister has a really long uptime, man. I'll tell you what. Full clear. So you can see Monk, a lot of fun to play, especially if he can get his movement down correctly and you know, down in a better. Get a little bit more practice, and gear will take him a long way. It's just a shame that this guy's not geared as much as I want him to, but in the I think I'm gonna cut to the reason why this Monk is not nearly as geared as you would expect, and that's because I actually have two Monks. Now you'll actually see on this Monk I actually have a lot more skill points to utilize. You see I picked up all the skills that I picked up on the main Monk, but I was able to pick everything up and then put points into Demo Fist, which I find to be one of my least favorite skills on the Monk. But why can I do that? That's because I don't have a Tactician's Contract on this Monk, and so I was able to put skills into a lot of other skills because they're not as high level. That's the main reason. So anyway guys, this is I want to say the true Monk, the Monk that I've been playing that has most of the stuff that I actually want. I have a full Gracious set on him as well as an Executioner to give me the raw attack damage. He's wearing a Shadow Clone set, but then he can also wear the Doppelganger of Light. He does have that. He has the same swap set. He has the same totem. He also has a I put it in storage, but he has a UA. This guy is decked out. He also has a Becky Peck for some additional crit damage, which is basically covering all my bases on attack and crit damage. This guy is decked out, pretty much in the highest. Oh yeah, and a Magic Cataclysm. It's a shame that I wasn't able to use this more when it was broken, but I do have Magic Cata and the Lightning Cloud Totem, which I've had this totem, guys, longer than I've had my Knight Yang Sword. Remember that? So let's go ahead and go into dungeon, see how strong this guy is. Now you can see this guy's only level 89. He's not been able to unlock all the dungeons yet, and I'm still working on actually unlocking them, so we can go ahead and try to get the Wind Canyon. But I did the scenarios one time through on him, and I wasn't able to get to 90. That's because, you know, actually that's one thing I really should have mentioned near the start of the series, is that actually leveling your characters in the Pandemonium region, if you are level 86 and then you go directly to max level, or you just run through your entire scenario one after another, you're gonna be severely under leveled by the time you get to the end. If you're level 86, you're at the max level, and then you go only scenario and nothing else, you're gonna be about level, I think, 88 and a half when you finish your scenarios, like all of them. We got eaten by the guy over here. This is a very unique dungeon. You'll notice that about a lot of the dungeons here in Pandemonium, is that they have alternate paths, and they're pretty unique. You know, some of them don't allow you to go back after you've chosen that path. Like, for instance, I'm on this worm now, which is an awesome feature, but I'm not able to go back now from here. So we're gonna try to unlock the King difficulties, but we gotta be sure not to get hit too many times. The door, dude. It's kind of the secret about these, is that can't get hit, and these guys do a lot of multi-hits, so you gotta see if we can get it this time, though. But anyway, as I was saying, you know, what was I saying? Yeah, don't get hit. Oh shit, as I did right there. And Gracia's gonna help me a lot in that though. Actually, no, I think that still counts as a hit if I get hit with Gracia with no damage. I'm not sure. Woo! But yeah, guys, you can obviously see that this monk is a lot more geared. He has a lot more epics to utilize. He has a lot more. We just gotta avoid getting hit. I think it's very. Okay, here you go. This boss is still not coming down, so I can fight her. Get down here, B. Okay, here we go. And we got it. Cool. And I think I was able to get it in unlock king difficulty, so. Yeah, as you guys can suspect, because I haven't unlocked the actual difficulties yet, this character is actually on a different account. So that's why I had this monk. This is the true reason, and we did unlock king, why I haven't been able to really devote as much time and effort into maining my other monk, is because I already have a monk, and he's also very, very, very geared. This guy is basically the main character. He's the equivalent of my knight on this account, and basically anytime there's any events, which is the main reason why he has full OV sets, why he has full Gracia set, because anytime there are events, he gets the benefit of everything. So he's pretty much the most geared character I have on this account, and the only geared character really I have on this account. And it's nice because every time I can use this as an excuse to say, hey, I want to play my monk. I don't have to play my weak ass. Well, okay, he's not terribly weak, but he's missing out on a lot of stuff. Let's not beat around the bush. He doesn't have a totem. He doesn't have any epics or anything like that, and that's because this guy has it. So, and if I feel like playing monk, guess what? All I have to do is jump over here and play monk. Easy as that. So that's what's been happening, guys, and I really enjoy this monk. Now, obviously, it's a lot easier for me to do stuff like king difficulty and all that, but that being said, does this guy need a bunch of epics? I wanted to show that off because this guy needs a bunch of epics to do a lot of damage. Now granted, if you're trying to do endgame content, you're going to need the kind of gear that this guy has, but you can kind of see the kind of stuff that I did on the main monk, or I guess this is the main monk, the one on my main account, the blue monk. Let's just call him the blue monk and the red monk, okay? This kind of stuff that I do on the blue monk, as we take the alternate path here, the gameplay is still the same, the combos are still the same. It still takes it just takes a little bit extra time to kill enemies, but as far as the gameplay goes, it's going to be more or less the same. And quite frankly, I think killing enemies is also, you're going to be increasing your time significantly by getting better gear, but hey, you can still do pretty good with just, a Gracia and some kind of epic. This guy has epics and like the best setups I can come up with Gracia, and stuff like Magic Cataclysm. And my blue monk is still pretty comparable. So just throwing that out there, that monk is somebody who, yes, if you want to try to take him to the end game and do that kind of content, those hyper end game content, you're gonna need, and we unlock Slayer luckily. You're gonna need some massive gear, but don't think that he is just weak. Don't think that he can't do a lot of damage if you don't have these epics, okay? Because I want to try to say this without making it seem like this guy isn't much stronger, because he is, but monks are not dead, guys. That's what I wanted to say. Monks are not dead. Don't think that monks are terrible and monks are weak, because I think that he can do all this kind of stuff pretty easily. Even if you don't have the best gear for it, but you still got a gear for him. So let's not also get it twisted and think that, oh, this guy's strong on his own. He didn't need the gear. He didn't need swap sets, which I haven't used at all, by the way. I haven't used the swap sets at all because I'm lazy as hell. But just throwing that out there. That I want to try to sell the monk a little bit, because I feel like a lot of people assume or think that this guy's like super dead, and they never see him in higher end content. And that's because just a lot of people are not putting that effort in. They're not putting that effort in the time, and it's a shame, really. It's truly a shame, because I feel like monk is a really awesome class, and I think hopefully after seeing this, or if you've been interested in it, hearing it, that what, monk isn't dead, guys. The monk lives on. Anyway, go back into here, guys. Take the shortcut this time. Kick this butler's ass. Deal with this iframe. Let's see if I can actually unlock the king difficulty on this dungeon. And much like the first run, and hit it with the atomic. Oh shit, we did a lot of damage right there, man. We crushed her. But anyway, guys, thanks for watching. There was a little bit of my Monk's gameplay right there, the blue and the red, and hopefully I was able to show off Monk a little bit and what you can kind of accomplish on him. I didn't swap at all in this video, so the damage can only increase from there. But anyway, guys, thanks for watching, and I will catch you nights later.